Once upon a time, in the early 1900s, there was a farmer named Oscar Washburn, who was an African-American entrepreneur renowned for the quality of meat and dairy products that he raised and sold. He lived near the old bridge in Anton, Texas, living in an old shack with his family. Oscar liked to keep to himself and concentrate on his farmstead and goat herding. The local townsfolk, some whom were still trapped in their Bogota ways, liked Oscar to keep quiet. But when Oscar put up a sign saying, "This way to the Goatman," it angered some in the town. The local Ku Klux Klan plotted a horrible crime against Oscar. The Klan, along some others of the town, formed a mob and headed to the Washburn's home. The night was thick with darkness. As the mob approached, the torches flickered ominously against the old bridge. Oscar Washburn, unaware of the impending danger, was tending to his goats in the barn. His wife Sarah had just put their children to bed when she heard the first shouts from the road. Curious where the shouts were coming from, she looked through the window, and there she saw were the townspeople with their pitchforks and torches along with the Ku Klux Klansmen in front of the angry mob heading towards the Washburn's shack. Panic gripped her as she ran to warn Oscar. "They're coming!" she cried, bursting into the barn. "The Klan! They're coming for us!" Oscar's face paled, but he remained calm. "Get the children," he said firmly. "We'll use the cellar tunnel." Sarah rushed back to the house. Oscar quickly gathered what valuables he could. The sound of angry voices grew louder, punctuated by the crack of breaking branches as the mob pushed through the woods. With trembling hands, Oscar ushered his family to the back door, but it was too late. As the mob pushed its way inside the shack and grabbed Oscar, the Klan quickly tied a rope around Oscar's neck and mercilessly flung him on the ground as they looped the other end of the rope around an old oak tree. Screaming and shouting filled the night air, and an old evil anger and hatred filled the souls of the townsfolk. They hung Oscar Washburn that dreadful night. In a panic, the townsfolk threw his body in the water below the bridge, and before any authorities could arrive, they set fire to the shack, destroying the Washburn's family and any evidence of their evil deeds. The flames engulfed the Washburn home, and the screams of the trapped family pierced the tragic night. The mob, filled with the ancient hatred of others, stood back, watching with a mix of horror and sick satisfaction as the inferno consumed everything. But unbeknownst to the townsfolk, a dark power was stirring beneath the Anton Bridge, where Oscar's body was so carelessly discarded. The rushing waters seemed to pause. The air grew thick with the unnatural mist, and a low, mournful sound echoed through the woods. Days passed, and the town tried to forget the atrocity committed that night. But strange things began to happen near the old bridge. Livestock went missing. Their half-eaten carcasses found days later. Travelers repeated hearing the bleating of goats. And most disturbingly, the agonized cries of a man. Then the mysterious disappearances began. Children were missing, never to be found. As the legend goes, the old Anton Bridge is now cursed, haunted by an evil demonic entity known as the Goatman. And the bridge is now known as the Goatman's Bridge. Who or what is the Goatman? Some say it is Mr. Washburn, who has come back for vengeance. Others say it is a demonic goat-like entity summoned up by the sin of hatred and anger. Who or whatever the Goatman is, no one truly knows, but his presence is still haunting the old Anton Bridge, waiting for any passers-by. So if you ever go visit the Goatman's Bridge in Denton, Texas, be careful. And for those brave enough to want to see the Goatman, it's been said that you need to arrive at the bridge at midnight. Knock on the steel bridge 3 times, or turn on and off your headlights 3 times. And when you do, you may actually see him. You will smell the stench of burning, rotting flesh. You will see 2 unholy red glowing eyes, and hearing a snarling goat-like beast stomping in the woods above the bridge. Or you may be unlucky enough to see a sounder-like goat creature carrying goat heads, or even worse, human heads in his cloven hand, staring into your soul. So, if I were you, and you want to visit the Goatman Bridge to see the Goatman himself, get blessed first, and carry holy water and a cross with you before you go. Because you may never know if this trip to the Goatman's Bridge in Old Anton, Texas